On May 1st, a major event will take place in the borough of Tamaqua. It will be the opening ceremony for a celebration that will commemorate the 150th anniversary of Memorial Day. Their actual Memorial Day program will take place on May 28th. This is all being organized by a group of volunteers under the banner of Tamaqua Remembers. Now, I'm pleased to be joined by two of the volunteers who are making this happen today. To my right is Steve Ulickney. He is a volunteer with the group, and Eric Zitzelman is also a volunteer. Steve, you said this is important. You're a teacher, so because you teach, you said students and adults alike confuse the meaning of Memorial Day with that of Veterans Day.
There is some misunderstanding, unfortunately. Veterans Day, which is on the 11th day of November, commemorates anyone who has served in the military, served in uniform, which is incredibly important for sure. Memorial Day, though, is specifically for those who were killed as a result of the war, killed in action, and that's what we are really focusing on because it is the 150th anniversary of Memorial Day. The borough of Tamaqua has come together. We have a fantastic group of volunteers for this special day.
Now, 91 men lost their lives while serving for this country. They're from the borough of Tamaqua, so they are going to be remembered as part of this huge celebration. So there's special ways that this is happening, and it's happening leading up to it via social media and the website, and then it will also be, they'll be remembered as part of a special mural as well.
Yeah, that's true. On May 1st, part of the opening ceremony will be the rededication of a street and a renaming of the street. And then right there, the street is against the war memorial that already exists next to the American Legion. But there's also a retaining wall there that a mural will be done on, and it will incorporate the names of these 91 men. It's interesting to hear Steve say that about freedom is not free and that being a cliche. I'm certainly no stranger to history. But it's one thing to know the history, and it's another thing to get into these men's stories and to hear what they've given up. Just to expand on that a little bit, we're talking about 91 men. Their average age is something like 23 or 24 years old when they were killed. Roughly about a third of them that we know of were Purple Heart winners, but there's no central database of Purple Heart winners, so it could very well be more than that. Roughly about a quarter of them were married, and roughly about an eighth of them have had children at home. There's two sets of brothers that were killed, one during the Civil War and one during World War II, that are both from Tamaqua. And these stories are very dramatic. They're very compelling and more than a little disturbing at times. One of the most troubling stories to me was a gentleman that was captured and held in a POW camp by the Japanese in the Philippines. But as the Japanese gained ground later in the war, they were collapsing these camps and returning these prisoners to Japan. This particular man was loaded on a Japanese battleship with 1,174 other POWs. And on the way to Japan, the battleship was attacked by the Allied forces and sunk.
Well, I think what you're doing is really wonderful. You can learn more about this. You can actually go, they have a website set up that is www.tamaquaremembers.com. You can also go to the Facebook page, which is the same name, Tamaqua Remembers, and you can see they are recognizing the 91 men that were killed in the 91 days leading up to May 1st, when this whole event will take place, as the opening ceremonies for it will take place on May 21st, and then the Memorial Day program on May 28th. These gentlemen will be back to tell us more about what will be happening, but please, we hope you will go to their website and Facebook page, and hopefully you too will be remembering the 150th anniversary date of Memorial Day and thanking those who gave their all for us.